And welcome back to Life Leadership with Alex Urbina, right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. We're joined in studio by Tracy Terrace. She's a marriage and family therapist. And before we went on a break, we were talking about how to heal broken relationships. How do you help your clients when they have broken down their relationships? How do you get them to work on the healing process?
Well, it is a process. It's when they first come in, as I said before, like I start with their cognitions, like what it is they're thinking about, because depending on what meaning you're giving to a situation, it's going to dictate how you choose to respond, and of course in a relationship you're responding to the other that is in the relationship, whether it's mother-daughter, whether it's husband-wife, father-son, whatever. It's, just taking a look at your own thought processes, why you have those thought processes and how you can change them. And then discussing where they may have originated, like getting people to just tell their story. And in the therapy process, I'm always amazed at how people will come in and have an idea of what they want to talk about, but then these stories will start to flow. And it's like from the story you can assess, oh, this is why this person thinks this way. This is why this person has these belief systems, and just connecting them to those belief systems that they're not even aware that they have. So, and teaching them how to become aware in the moment, and then choosing to either have a conversation to get to what the truth of the matter is right now, so that you're not filtering today's experience with something from the past.
Yeah, you're not tainting the new moment of now with your past. And that kind of leads me up to when I start coaching and helping mend or heal relationships, is trying to get the client clear that the past is the past. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. So what? Now what? If it's to be, it's up to me. And it's about now realizing, okay, now it's about getting committed to recreating a new relationship from this point forward.
Right, from a blank slate.
But the key word is creating. Some people don't give themselves permission to say, I'm responsible for my relationship, and I get to create it from scratch. Yeah. Not from all the things that you've done to me, not from all the stuff from my past, but what I'm committed to now is creating a loving, committed, vulnerable, intimate relationship with you, and then start working on that, moving them forward, right?
Well, what you're talking about is forgiveness, like a willingness to wipe the slate clean and start with right now. And that's another thing that, psychology is starting to recognize, is the power of forgiveness and letting things go. And you can't just continue to come into therapy and just kind of go over all the wrongs that have been done to you. The only reason for looking at the wrongs is to figure out how have these wrongs contributed to the way I think and the way I behave. But once you have that information, you have to commit to, okay, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to develop new thoughts. I'm going to develop new relational and behavioral patterns. And just a willingness to let go of, like, just pardon the person, because that person has his or her own stuff that they're creating or contributing to the relationship.
Yeah, with my clients in the coaching relationship, we call it clearing. And I have some clients that we're doing constant clearing, mm-hmm. because you just constantly are creating a new blank slate for yourself, every day. Because every day you're breaking agreements or out of integrity sometimes somewhere in your life. And so you need to forgive yourself or forgive the other person, clean slate, start again. And I noticed that really works well in my marriage also. I don't know if you noticed that, Alex, also, to not only come from neutral and create a clean slate and forgive and clear, but to clear consistently, like to every day say, okay, this is a new moment, right? This is a new moment. This is a moment for me to then enroll my partner into this marriage from a clean slate again. And the consistency of it is what I find really works in my marriage. Do you find that too, Alex or Tracy?
Yeah, I think that it's a conscious state of always figuring out how to reinvent yourself. And look at the things that they've done. And the trick is not to see that what they've created or what they're saying as a victim. That's the tough part, is not being victimized, but looking at it from the responsible version of, all right, how did I create this? How did I create my wife coming and complaining that I don't cut the grass, that I don't do this?
Because you didn't cut the grass.
Yeah, because I have to really take a deep, honest look at that, right? And say, how did I play a part in that? And that's a tough part, is starting to take responsibility for what you're causing in the other person. Because most of us want to blame each other and say, well, if you did this or if you would do it like that. But very few people are willing to look at themselves and try to figure out, how did I cause and create that?
So you're saying being in that question is what
always being in the question.
Always being in that question. How am I creating this?
How did I create you getting upset like that? And just always looking at that. Not from a blame part, but just doing a check-in, a self-reflection, and saying, what part did I contribute in you being upset with me in this moment?
What's my role? What's my responsibility?
Exactly. Instead of always blaming each other. I was working this morning with a client, a couple, a marriage couple, and I was getting them to the point. I've been working with them for a while, but I'm getting them now to a point where they're able to look at the people in their lives that are creating certain issues with them, that they're able to now see them as a blessing. They're able to see, well, this person came in front of me now because it's a gift. They get to show me how I don't like to see myself show up in the world.
Yeah, they get to help you grow.
And
that's
and that's
growth.
a powerful place to get to that, when you can start to see why certain people show up to you in that moment. And can you see it as a gift rather than something that you don't want?
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is seeing your challenges as a gift, seeing the challenges that you have in relationship as a way for you to learn and grow from it.
Yeah, can you see that? Are you even open enough to look at, when your wife or your husband comes to you and they got something that they're upset with, can you see it? Can you change your perception and see that you created that result? Yeah. And then check in with yourself and say, how did I play a part in causing that? Yeah. Rather than being the victim and saying, you this, you that. It's a very powerful place to come from.
Not pointing the finger, yeah. Well, we're going to go on a short break, but stay tuned for more. You're listening to Life Leadership with Alex Urbina right here on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS.